AM Caffeine Morning Show, special guest today, the one and only AMG.
I'm here.
Bitch better have our coffee.
Wake up, bitch.
Tune in.
Get your morning started the right way with the AM Caffeine Morning Show.
So on Fridays, dog, we like to have special guests. And today, we got a legendary artist up in the building, dude. Now, I've been knowing this cat for a minute. And I don't really think that this artist gets the props and the recognition that he deserves. And off air, we were kind of talking about sometimes you have really big songs, and once they kind of cross over, and once you kind of maybe hear them on the radio a lot,
right?
You hear them in the clubs a lot, you get so caught up in like maybe the hook or the catchiness of the song that you forget to really pay attention to the verses and some of the slick things that, you know, these artists say. And I believe this is one of those artists that says some real slick stuff, but you kind of just get lost in maybe some of the what he's talking about subject matter wise, but not really paying attention to how he's putting those things together. The one and only AMG's in the mother effing building today, dog. AMG's in the mother effing building today, dude.
Hello.
AMG.
Welcome. Actually, thank you.
It's good to have you. I mean, the fact that you came today on a Friday after Thanksgiving, it means a lot.
Oh, yeah, you know. Got to work the turkey off.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell that to Smooth, because he hasn't.
Man, he's Smooth. Man, this is...
He always talking about somebody.
He about to make me cuss. Is this a cussing show?
No, it's not.
I'm about to say it's a whole lot of super foulness. But Smooth D is fine, man. You got to remember, man, he gives back. He does his thing so he can take in and enjoy it, you know. We
That's
all got
okay.
bikes. You don't invite nobody to ride with you? Get 12 miles
every day. You know, I get it on that bike.
Yeah.
I told you to get your beach cruiser, come hang out.
I don't have a beach cruiser.
Oh, you don't?
A real bike.
Oh, you got a real bike.
I'll bring my odometer too to show you. How about that one? You know.
AMG's in the building today, dude. We're going to get into just history. He has a brand new joint that we're going to play.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a couple things I want to talk about, dude.
Uh-oh.
You know, I ain't going to try to put him on blast, but hey, I want to get his perspective, so he might get mad at me, but so what?
Never that.
I know that. That's why I'm going to do it. Smooth D. So here's what I want to do before we get into this great interview with our special guest AMG today. This first mix is brought to you by Confections Cupcake. Mm-hmm. This is our In Your Meal Quickie Mix. So Smooth D. Ron C's not here today, but so what? He's not that really good of a DJ anyway.
Wow.
So I'm glad you're here. Let it go. It's AM Caffeine Morning Show. It's Friday, day after Thanksgiving. AMG's in the building. Smooth D.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let it go.
Let's do it like this.
It's your boy DLC. That's AMG.
He said my voice was high. I got the same voice.
AMG, but you're
got a big old booty.
Oh!
Chance to be real groovy.
Oh!
Make it, baby, don't you make it.
Oh!
Wants to make it. That's second to none. Singing the back ain't quick.
Wow.
AMG's in the building. It's AM Caffeine Morning Show. It's Friday, dog. So,
Get your big old booty up and eating all that stuffing and turkey.
Right.
Macaroni and cheese and grains. And do the booty up with your big ass.
AMG, how did that song come together right there?
I'm silly. I always wanted to use Double Dutch Bus. I grew up on Double Dutch Bus. So I said, I'm about to make some goofy stuff. And the dude, and this is, I swear, this story. My man at the beach that dances for the crowd, animation. You know animation?
Absolutely, I know
And
animation.
he used to do a thing in his show. He's like, do the booty up, the booty. I said, I'm going to do a song off that.
Did he get any publishing?
No. I shake his hand every time I see him. My nigga.
Good looking.
Yeah.
AMG's in the building, man. So, hey.
Dirty. Yeah.
A lot of folks don't know you were born in New York.
Born in Brooklyn, New York. Kings
New
County
York.
Hospital, September 29th, 1907, baby.
So
Bed-Stuy.
So you get to LA, what that, 85?
We moved to Los Angeles in 85, but we lived in Ohio, too.
You lived in Ohio before LA.
Yeah, a lot of my family's in Cleveland, so we lived there, and my mom went to Kent State University, which is like a suburb of Cleveland, and after graduation, we moved out here, yeah.
So when you get to LA...
Culture shock.
Yeah. And did you have any aspirations at that time to be an artist?
No. We didn't come out here to be famous. We came out here because my mom got her degree, and, you know, just to get out into a real big city and try to, make something. It was her move. We were actually supposed to move to Atlanta, and at the last minute she changed her mind. We came out here because she had a friend out here and they had family, so we came out here like with people we knew. So that's how we came out here. And come on, I'm just a fan of hip hop. I was just imagining doing it, and you get out here and you meet people, small time people like, oh yeah, I sang backgrounds on this song. You're like, wow, you've been on the record before? I didn't know nothing about that.
Man, you been on Soul Train?
Yeah, that everything, nigga. I used to wave at limos when I first got out here. Like I know it's somebody famous.
Somebody's
in
that car.
in there. Probably some alcoholic or something,
So, what point was it that you got the idea that you wanted to become an artist? Like, how did that manifest?
Come on, man. I told you this story before.
I mean, but not everybody knows.
Okay.
Me and you are friends.
Here's the story. Like,
I hate these kind of guests. Just tell me. Just give me the answer.
No, dude. I'm just getting up, man.
It is early.
On our plane flight from Cleveland to Los Angeles, September, I think 14th or 12th or whatever.
Wow, you remember the day?
Yeah, because it changed my life. New Edition was on the plane. They just did the Budweiser Superfest in Cleveland, and they were on the plane. I was just like, wow. And I bothered them dudes the whole flight. I'm catching Ralph going to the bathroom like, hey man, could you sign this for me? Caught Ronnie at the end. He dropping stuff. He still signed my autograph. Gracious dudes.
Everybody was cool.
I'm in the bathroom in the airport, and I seen the dude that was gonna get all the money. Bill was in there counting this.
What up, Bill? You know how you get down?
That's my boy. He became, man, just imagine it just from 85, seeing him on the plane, like that's New Edition.
Right.
It helped me at school, just like I know these dudes. Bro.
Right.
So like 6 years later, I came out with a record crazily, and I end up meeting, and you get into this thing and you see people, you're like, wow, that's crazy,
So from meeting them and having that just crazy introduction on your way to so that was on your way to LA?
Yeah. We had a one-way ticket. We was coming here to stay.
And you was coming there. That's what it was.
Coming here to stay, and moved to Inglewood because that's where my mom's friend stayed, and we lived with them for some months and stuff. And just going to school, I went to Morningside. That place was like, I never been to an all-black school in the inner city before.
Right.
I went to suburban schools and, nice football teams and band and all that. I played the horn. I was in concert band, marching band, played drums, percussion, and stuff like that. And as far as rapping, we've been rapping since rapping came out.
Right.
So
just because you were just doing it because
it was for us.
Right.
We didn't have to listen to ballads and stuff. I'm like 12.
Right.
I want to hear these guys just witty with the words. The beats is dope, and you just love it just because it's like, wow, every record spoke to you.
Right.
It's a lot of unsung heroes in my life as far as inspiration in hip hop because I listen to everything,
So were you at that point, although you weren't looking at it that way, were you always writing?
Always.
You're always writing just because it was something you enjoyed doing.
My grades was so bad.
Right. You was writing, but
turn to page 43. You was like, about to serve them at lunch every day. You know what I mean? You got to have one for nutrition. You got one. We had ciphers every day, nutrition, lunchtime.
Dope.
Just busting. We ain't had no dough. We was just trying to see if she go like us.
Right. So now,
but look, this is what I want to tell you about Morningside. I went there, and I never been to a school like that. Blacks, Mexicans, Asians,
everybody,
and the cool kids was over here. People that danced was over here. The pretty girls was over here. Dudes had jokes was over here. And I would just go to school every day and just be entertained. Like,
this is crazy.
This is like fame. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. I was in awe. Just like, I'm gonna get a part of this, because it's me. This is part of my spirit too. So that just helped me. And it was people that, people that been in commercials and stuff, like out here, that's the industry. So it's like, I used to be on so-and-so. It'd be like, you was on there, So you always get the bug. And from there, I just started meeting people, and everybody out here seemed had a hustle.
Right.
Everybody was a DJ on the side or,
had something else going on.
Yeah. And just the people that allowed me to come in and just get on the drum machine or go ahead, mess with it or play the keyboards or whatever. I owe them everything because without that, come on, I made my first album without my own equipment.
Wow.
Just like on NWA, it's like, man, we the drum machine.
Right.
So like, let me hold the drum. Man, my boy Greedy Greg used to send. I said, Greg, let me get that, man. He's like, oh, go ahead
and do it.
I'm going to school with an 808.
Wow.
Right. So while everybody else trying to get the chicks, I got it plugged up in the hallway with my headphones on, making beats with an 808 in my backpack.
So Greedy Greg
on the bus.
So would you say that Greedy Greg was
Oh yeah, always.
definitely your major influence that really pushed you or really helped you?
Well, he had an open door policy, and it was like, and he had other groups and other things he was interested in. I just bugged him to death.
Right.
Bugged him to death, and I became the dude carrying his records because he was DJing on the side too. So to keep me out of trouble, because I'm not really a troublemaker, he'd be like, "Hey man, you wanna go to this party?" I'm like, "Yeah." And sometimes I get on the turntables. You got to take a break, go to the bathroom.
Right.
I jump on there and do some stuff. But just being around that whole vibe, and he knew people that did concert promotions, and Tone Loc was actually his cousin.
Okay.
So from the Tone Loc thing, it was like, wow, somebody that really did it.
Right.
This like right when Wild Thing really blew up and all that type of stuff. So started just trying to cut. We started on the Tascam 4 track.
Wow.
And
you were just recording stuff.
Well, learning. I was doing. See, I know a lot of people today. They're record hungry. Like everybody, like, I want to record. That's like, how about you finally tune this stuff before you record it? Even to this day, most of the time I go over my records 300-400 times. Mm-hmm. Like you look at my little play thing on iTunes, it's like you play this thing 300-400 times. Like,
right.
I go over it. I gotta know, like right here, knowing this song. If this is my song, I know exactly where the rhyme is.
Everything,
anytime.
Right.
Every break, every drop, everything. Before you get up here and go on there and perform it.
Right. Absolutely.
Because once you perform it and it's sticking, you got to keep it. Or you suck.
So, what was the song that actually cemented your deal? How did your whole record deal?
Oh, not even the songs that came out.
None of the songs that came out.
Because we were looking for. I knew what I wanted. I wanted the big. I wanted Def Jam. I wanted whoever was the big company back.
That's where you wanted to be.
That's what I wanted. So we sent out lesser type songs to other companies. Mm-hmm. Like we go say this Gold Nugget for when we get that action.
When we get with Rick Rubin
with the big dogs, right? But Select Bit, and it got close to the time where it's like, all right, man, I got to do something. And
so Select Bit on some of the songs that you didn't think were as good. They weren't your best songs.
Nah, not at all.
Right. B-sides.
And it was super silly and stupid. It was like a novelty type factor. That's what I was going for with the first record anyway. Because if you're attacking the sex theme, it's like, people call us soft or whatever. It's like, what are we talking about? Blowing people's brains out and cracking.
Right.
Everybody know life is hard. I would like to be something that, to go against that.
Right.
Entertaining.
So, Select signs you. None of the songs. Single deal. And that single was.
Oh, for the record that actually came out?
Yes.
That was the B.
That was that.
It was a 3. I had oh God, what was it? The 12-inch was Booty Out. Mm-hmm. Bitch. And
you can say bitch.
Bitch, Bear My Money. And I put a third record on it just for the heck of it, Janine.
So those were the 3 songs that was on
12-inch.
12-inch.
Bitch, Bear My Money, 12-inch, March 1991. Yeah.
Wow. So when that blows up, or when folks really started gravitating to it, were you surprised by it?
No, we knew. Everybody.
You knew.
Everybody kind of knew. See, what we did the previous year, I think summer of '90, because Quick had got his deal in August of 1990, right? So we go in and we cut the record. We cut that record, the Quick Is the Name record,
right?
And because actually, I think the song on his first album called Tear It Off, we would go do a 2-band group, which ended up doing 20 years later as the Fixers. But he had Black Pussy, and I had Bitch About My Money, and we had a third song which was Tear It Off. And we all, I guess the investor dropped out, so we had to regroup that. But then they started shopping his stuff, and then he got the deal with Profile.
Right. And
Profile kind of wanted me, and Select wanted Quick. Mm-hmm. But Profile outbid Select for Quick.
Okay.
So after we cut his album, and I was just like, man, I gotta get my stuff out.
Right.
But I had my little, my joints, and I just was bugging. I'm like, y'all better give me something now. I'm just saying, because I know he go blow.
Right.
We already know the records go blow. Quick album came out January 1991. Gold in March. We on tour in late April.
So you were on tour with Quick, and you were performing.
Yeah.
Bitch Better Have My Money.
Yeah, had to.
That and it was you were signed at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
The deal was signed, the 12-inch
Right.
prior, and I did 3 months on the road, and I was like, you know what? Okay, because Second to None had their album cut too. Right. So we're on the road. Quick's album is out. Right. I got a single out. Second to None whole album is done, and they were coming out later that year. And I'm like, I don't have my album finished. So I left. And summertime, summer 1991, I got out. July, I came home and said, man, y'all get my album budget, bro. You know what I mean? I done did about 30 cities.
Right.
And people, well received and all that stuff. So I came home and just got busy. And because I wanted to get a 91 release date. I didn't want to miss the wave. I didn't want to wait another year,
So, because it's just so different now in 2015 with, being able to purchase music and all that stuff. Did you understand that it blew up the way that it did? Did you want to pull it back so you could do the album so folks would buy the album, not buy the single?
No, the company did that stuff. The company, they did a foolish move. First of all, I've been reading Billboard magazine since I was 12. So I was well versed on everything as far as what you got to do to be a commercial success. I always studied that aspect. It wasn't just about having fun and making songs. I really got into the business because I wanted to be a manager.
Okay.
They didn't take 19-year-old managers or people that with ideas. Wasn't no Puff Daddies back then.
Right.
You got to remember, Puffy got fired.
Right.
To do the things he did. I remember him and Biggie walking around. He looking for people.
Right.
So, like my man, he coming out. I'm about to get him. So they wasn't really taking young dudes seriously. You know, with no type of experience, but ideas, and you never shoot down ideas. So my thing was to get my foot in the door. I could, I love it. I love hip hop. I can do it, get in there and be an artist, and then I can go do other stuff. But once you're an artist, you got a whole nother slab of meat to cut.
Right. AM Caffeine Morning Show.
What are they saying in this sample?
AMG got classics, dude.
Relax, girl.
And please settle down.
What he saying?
Yourself and please settle down.
Oh, I had a whole other thing I had in my mind for
This
years.
song is just so well constructed
That's
to
on
me.
this album, right?
It's one of my favorite
Midnight
songs.
Marauders.
I'm on the cover.
Marauders.
What?
I'm one of the faces up there. I'm on there. I never forgot I got the call. It's like Tribe went you.
Shout out to Tribe Called Quest. Classic album.
It was a lot of cats
25
upset
years.
they didn't make it either.
I made it. I made it.
Go.
I'm on there next to
Who you next to on that album cover?
flip it over. Oh, you can't take it off.
Oh, you might be next to the LA Dream Team. They didn't make that, huh?
No.
They didn't make that.
Stupid. What's wrong with this guy?
He got issues.
Honey, check it out. You got me mesmerized with your black hair
And your fat ass thighs. Oh! Classic.
Yeah.
I love this album. So AMG,
Doc.
that album blows up, and folks always, and rightfully so, had put you and Quick always together.
We are together.
How are you and Quick today?
I ain't seen him in a while.
Okay,
but we
great.
good. It's just all.
Because you guys have like a brother relationship. Is that the best way to maybe describe it a little bit?
Yeah. And love is love, man. We done been through a lot of stuff, but we've been through a lot of good stuff too. And I needed time to just regroup from everything. We've been working 20-some years, and a lot of outside forces get you to the point to where it's like, I don't want to talk to nobody about nothing.
Right.
I'm not playing nice, and
How did you feel about his Unsung?
What about it?
What do you think about it?
I never seen it.
You never saw it.
Everybody told me about it.
I text you, so
people told me about it.
I was, and I don't know.
And they were going like, how come you wasn't on it?
I've met Quick a couple times.
I was like, nobody asked me.
And I was really just, I felt like you should have been mentioned more, and that's me.
No, that's okay. It's not a big deal. If I was really offended, I would have said something. You know what I mean? Like if I was truly offended, because everybody has a right to project their legacy.
Of course.
How they want it known or whatever. And the funny thing is, I went to Kid and Play's Unsung party.
Right.
And I guess the producer dude was there. And
Isaac Taylor.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh man, we were looking for you." I said, "You wasn't looking.
You
for
wasn't
me."
like that hard, because you really not that hard to find.
I got 3 people that did the interview, and you could have easily asked them. But it's just like, I don't know, maybe they thought I was gonna say something negative, but it's like, I'm not really caring about that. It's like my job always, because you've never heard me talk about my guys, you know what I mean?
Right.
No kind of way, in records or anything. I don't talk about my fellas. I don't care what we got going on. But it's nothing really that heavy anyway. But Maybe they'll do a part 2. Who knows? Or maybe I don't know if I'm gonna do one because I'm very, very unsung. They have to go. They had to go do unsung, the dirty version to get me.
There you go
on the show. Where's the nigga nobody care about?
There he is.
AMG, there you go.
I'm infamous, I ain't put my face on the cover. If you only go, I didn't do videos back then. Come on, bitch, about my money on the charts 50 weeks. No radio, no TV. So by the time the album come out, I do another disservice and I don't put my face on the front because I didn't want nobody walking up on me.
So you did all that on purpose by design.
Yeah, it was more of a theme of, like this stuff first.
Right.
I don't want nobody knowing all about me and liking. You know what I mean? Like that's corny.
Right.
I'm not no audition. I'm not smiling cover. Just nah.
So you had mentioned that earlier you and Quick were supposed to do a group, and then it didn't even happen till
we were doing things to try to get out. See, you gotta understand, we didn't have no records out. We was trying to get out,
trying to get your music heard. You mean
everything? And even I think even the first one of the versions I did of "Bitch About My Money," it wasn't even my name. It was an alias because we was like, we don't really want to do these type of records. But we'll do this to kind of get out.
Right.
Yeah.
To be heard.
Yeah, but it worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I guess it stuck with it. And as far as you talking about the group thing, when we did the Fixers.
Right, so how did that end up coming around full circle?
This what happened. Well, I think Quick went to jail 2006.
Oh, hold up.
No, he went for some stuff. And
I mean, you usually go for stuff.
Yeah.
You just don't go.
Yeah, but I ain't go. It ain't nothing for me to talk about.
Yeah, no.
But listen. But when he gets out, the funny thing, he got out on my birthday, 2006, and we was like, all right, well, let's do a production team, right? So we tried a little bit of that, but we wasn't getting no action. It was like, well, you're you and I'm me, and we always made cool records. It's like let's get the fellas, right? So I make the calls and. We didn't really get no response from nobody else. Then one day it was like, well, let's just me and you do it. We'll just do it and see what we come up with. So that's how that really happened. And we was just trying to make a record to get people to come in and get production work.
Got you.
Yeah.
Because you guys, at that point, you just wanted to produce other artists. Just trying to work.
Yeah, just some new blood, new faces and new people. So
you guys just did the Fixer joint. You just put it out. It wasn't through a label?
It was on Interscope.
It was on Interscope.
They got us back on Interscope, back on the charts. We took it to Julio, and he blasted it out there.
Shout out Julio G.
Yeah, on K-Day, and he blew it up, and then Power picked up and all that stuff. And then Interscope called, Warner Brothers called, 2 or 3 other labels called, and we was like, well, Interscope is here, and they're huge. Let's see what they go do with it. And they pushed it into another vein. So we did a lot of work off of that. Yeah. What the album to get done? Oh, come on, man. You still talking about this stuff?
No, not at all.
What, the album?
So you just do that. You just never. The album's on iTunes. Go find it. Huh?
Go buy the Fixtures. It's on iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah, all the records on there.
So now you have a new joint. So where are you at now as an artist, and what is it that you want to do now? Do you want to continue to pursue being an artist? You still want to do production stuff?
I do it all. I don't really do too much production. I may get back because I'm trying to get. I got to be very comfortable to sit up and work on tracks. You know what I mean? Like to really work on records, and I got to, I'm like a scientist to the point where I got to just be in my zone. And I got a lot of stuff going on. I got these guys. I got a bunch of guys I'm working with and trying to help them, with their careers. 88. We got Guy Ardell. We got Kellen, Money Mitch. And I've been trying to show them how it goes and how you got to step into the arena properly. So that keeps me very busy and keeps me off my equipment.
Right.
No, because he's incredible. He do his thing, man. And,
Well, I know we was in the studio with you one day, and I heard a banger that you put together. So the production is still there.
Oh, the record I'm supposed to do for Next.
Right. I was trying to collab AMG and Next, and he actually has a track there. I think he may have sampled Jill Scott.
Don't tell everybody.
Well, they don't know what song it is. I mean, the broad got a bunch of songs.
No, that's hot. You gotta go. That's her first album.
I mean, go ahead and tell them then.
You done let the cat out the bag. It still can work. And I told you I reworked the beat.
Yeah.
No, it's better. It's better.
It absolutely
was
a dope track. And Smooth D, when we went to see AMG, he had another artist that came through. Who was Breezy.
Breezy, yeah, that's my girl.
Breezy, who's actually on Empire.
Yeah. Did you call her? You talked to her?
Yeah, she didn't hit me back. You know, you get on TV and all of a sudden, I'm too good.
I'll FaceTime her.
Oh, well, excuse me.
That's when she hit me from the set with all the FaceTime.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, tell her, bro, we're trying to get her on the show.
I know.
She
just you know, Breezy. She's a born star.
But shout out to her and her success.
Yeah.
On Empire.
I got a lot of young stars around me, and it's crazy to like. The other year, I was just like, I guess I'll just drive Uber. I'm bored, But
and the thing with Uber is like a lot of folks, unless you won't know that it's AMG.
Oh, I hope they would.
So go ahead and do it, or
this
Lyft.
ride is $1,000, bitch. I'm only going 4 miles. No, but I got these guys. This is my guy 88 and his boys. I got them to come through, and I was like, "Come work with me, man. I need some new
blood, some energy."
Yeah, and they I love them like crazy. They like little brothers. They ain't sons because they grown men, and they know I'm crazy because they know when I'm going off. I go off like quarterly. You know what I mean?
You do.
Yeah. But we getting it done. We just did it. I just shot a movie. I got in a little movie, man. And actually, we did a scene last night at the studio. They had it all hooked up. John Singleton came through, hollered at me.
Nice.
So might be getting back on the screen, baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get that shine on. I did a movie called Covers. It'll be out in a minute. I guess they finishing up. It's gonna take about 6 months. But yeah, I've been doing a little something, man.
That's nice.
I got the Gushy rolling, baby.
Right. So let's talk about this Gushy. Let's talk about that new joint that you said.
That's this dude. This is the funniest thing in the world because he got a ton of tracks and stuff. Mr. 88, BHBWI, Basshead Beats with Ink. That's the crew and company owned by this guy. I'm just like an overseer, a helper. But he banging a couple tracks out, and it was like a Friday night. We sitting up I'm loaded, sipping the finest of the grapes, and it just came to us, and we'd never said Gushy, and he was like, because I was like, you doing a hook, and he's like, I ain't gonna say that, man. He ain't foul like me,
right?
So I said, well, just say Gushy, just make it, make it semi-nasty,
right?
Yeah, but I just wanted to talk a little stuff and maybe get a banger out. Who knows?
So Smooth D,
yes sir.
You better play it loud too.
AMG, go ahead and introduce this joint then. We got it?
Live, worldwide, AM Caffeine Morning Show.
Oh!
AMG presents Gushy, featuring Ardell, 88, and my boy Smurf.
Smooth D, let it go. AM Caffeine Morning Show. Brand new exclusive right there. Gushy, AMG.
Oh, wait.
That's how we like that there, boy.
Hey, you hear the girl knocking on the door?
Yeah, you gonna let her in?
This is the most beautiful woman in the world to me and to a lot of people. Her name is C.D. Banks. She's hot singer. I'm gonna bring her up here too.
Shoot, you should have brought her today.
Well, we having a party for today. It's her birthday.
Oh, well then Gushy.
It's my my future wife.
Ah, there you go.
Oh,
she's your former.
This is my future.
Your future. Does she know that?
I tell her every now and then. Bitch, you gonna marry me?
AMG's in the building. AMG,
hey,
I see you.
Hey.
He just blessed me with this.
Bitch better have my coffee mug. About to give all you old bitches hugs. I used to give y'all drugs.
Easy, Pill Cosby. No, we don't want to. We don't want to Pill Cosby.
Pill Cosby.
We don't want to Pill Cosby.
They messing with Bill, man. Bill, like, I thought it was legal.
I mean, really, it's a reflection of the time in the 70s.
Dude,
he wasn't the only one.
They did everything. And if you stealing coochie in the 70s, he really wasn't stealing. Because they was giving it away for free. Don't be mad you got higher than me. Starfish. I'm bringing out a whole new Starfish movement. That's for the next interview. This is a family show.
Y'all don't know AMG's a fool, dude. Like he does this, like this is him all the time.
I've been on since 1991. This is all I act. When I go home, I'm gray and I'm old, and I yell at kids walking on my grass. And I go to the driving range and I go fishing. I'm a really old guy, and I barbecue.
So AMG, you working on a movie.
Yeah,
you have a crew up under you.
Yes, sir. I'm just having fun, man.
Where do you see, like, what is your ultimate goal? Like,
well,
if I can grant you a wish to say AMG, whatever your wish could come to, what is your ultimate goal right now?
Hit the Powerball for like $350.
You ain't never lied about that.
and then we can just do this forever.
Right.
You know, my thing is like, it's been a lot of times where I'm like, I quit. You know what I mean? But it's like
sometimes AMG on the radio, you do get a little disgruntled.
You have to be mad.
No, he does.
You gotta be mad. You gotta be angry because we're fighting an uphill battle. We're fighting a market we don't control. We're fighting companies that we can't fight. You know what I mean? And every day as we get older and wiser, there's always some new stuff coming on. Some new people coming. So it's like a lot of competition. But
So what brings you back to be like, I got it? I want to do this.
I hit a little J, burn a little sage, man. Sip a little wine. I think about like, hey man, you ain't gotta stop, baby. Be good to yourself and just I'm not asking everybody to like me or my songs, but if you can like it, then like it and appreciate it and buy it and support. I don't like begging for sales. If you don't like my record,
you just don't like it.
Yeah,
right.
And tell me. I don't care. I don't. I'm not here to be like that. I'm here to, I want to experience whatever's going on. My thing is I'm a marketer. I want to catch a wave.
Right.
I want to get in and be good with everybody else.
Right.
Why not? Ageism, it's been going on since the beginning. Back in the day, if you was 25, you over.
Right.
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 I just turned 45 years old.
Right.
I've been doing this job too long not to get,
something.
No, I'm just saying it's not even about the dough now. And that's what usually when the money comes. When you really don't care about the money no more,
right,
you get all of it. When you sit up here trying to grind and get the money, you losing your mind.
Losing all your hair.
I mean? Like, baby, we getting it. I'm telling you.
It's coming. Our ship's coming in.
Your woman leaving, your kids hate you. Like, come on, man.
Are you doing shows? Are you opposed to performing live?
I perform. I just try not to do too much stuff at home.
In LA, you mean?
Yeah, because everybody want to be backstage. I'm like, there's nothing back there. It's nothing in the bag. Everybody want free tickets. It's like, look, man, this is a small venue. We just go in here, do a couple joints, and
we up out of here.
Tell me you was doing a show, and it's a headache. And it's corny. It's like, dude, you've been going to the stuff 20-some years. These people, friends and stuff. It's like, dude, you've been to everything.
Right.
I'm not really that good.
So
I do better jokes on stage.
Right, you should do
the songs. The songs are the fill in. They're like, wait, back to the comment. Talk about the crowd.
AM Caffeine.
Look at this bitch right here.
AM Caffeine Morning Show. AMG, my guy.
I'm gonna start my show. My show go, get up, bitch. Wake up, bitch.
You need to. AMG, let's talk about that, dude. I love that idea.
Wake up, bitch.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
AM Caffeine Morning Show. My man AMG rock with us for this whole hour, man. So, how can folks find you? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you on all that social media stuff? Or are you against it?
I love it. I think it's crazy that I communicate to women with smiley faces and shit. Like, I haven't talked to a bitch in months. Like, do you talk? It's all text messages and smiley. I'm old as fuck sending smiley faces, sad faces, mean faces. Bitch, you made me mad. You hungry, sending pictures of food. It's like sign language for the, social media is crazy, but I love it and it helps.
So how can folks find you, AMG?
I'm at Instagram with you. That's it. One U. Ain't JAYLEW. You ain't J Lou. Instagram, Twitter, Worldwide AMG, and Facebook. Nothing.
There it is. AM Caffeine Morning Show.
Thank you, sirs. I appreciate you every time y'all bring me on.
Legendary.
That's family right there, bro.
No, it's fam, dude. Like when I see him out at the club, we hang together, and this is what he does. He continually makes me laugh, and all we do is talk about people.
Doc drinks Shirley Temples
all day. Easy on the Shirley, double on the cherries, homeboy.
That didn't know.
All day. I
bought him a drink for his birthday. I said, "What you drinking?" He said, "Shirley Temple."
He said no. He was like, "I'm not going to order that for you."
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
You got to get that yourself.
Here's the money.
Get you a shot of something. At least some Listerine stronger than Shirley Temple.
AM Caffeine Morning Show is Friday. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Smooth D, let's end with that fiction joint. Do we have to?
We have to.
And before we get up out of here, dude, you know what we do, Smooth D? In your mail! Enjoy your weekend, AM Caffeine Morning Show.
Wake up, bitch!
O que você quer agora?
I love that show
Você
idea.
tá querendo coisa. Ah, agora eu entendo. Ah, você quer que eu faça isso? Ok.